Zillow predicts Cincinnati will be the nation's second hottest market in 2024. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Cincinnati real estate in the coming year, this has major implications for you. In this video, we're going to discuss exactly why Cincinnati is ranked the second hottest market in the nation. And stay tuned, because no matter your situation, we'll give you tips on how to handle this red hot market. And by the way, if you saw the thumbnail and you clicked in and you got the reference, first of all, thank you. And secondly, weren't the 90s awesome? All right, let's get into it, shall we? This is from Zillow's report, which is forecasting the 2024 real estate market. Zillow says, while mortgage rates have come down significantly in recent weeks and projections for improved affordability and more homes for sale have become more common, the challenges that limited the United States housing market last year are unlikely to disappear entirely in 2024. So looking at Zillow's rankings for the hottest markets in 2024, Zillow actually expects Buffalo, New York to be the nation's hottest housing market, with Cincinnati at number 2 on the list. Columbus, Ohio, and Indianapolis, Indiana are also rounding out that top 5. So you might be asking yourself, why these cities, and how is Zillow actually coming up with these rankings? Great question. Zillow's list of the hottest markets in 2024 is based on an analysis of forecast home value growth, recent housing market velocity, projected changes in the labor market, home construction activity, and the number of homeowner households. So vaulting Buffalo to the top of the list are recent increases in the number of jobs created compared to the number of new home construction projects being approved. What does that mean? They got a lot of new jobs and they're not building a lot of new houses. So overall, they're saying Buffalo is going to be the hottest market. And on top of that, for Buffalo, there are expectations of steady home values. But you're not here to learn about Buffalo. Let's talk about Cincinnati. So Cincinnati's second place rank can be chalked up to its high market velocity. What does that mean? Well, for most months of 2023, homes that went pending in Cincinnati did so in a median of just 5 or 6 days. So in Cincinnati, while there still has been steady growth in sales prices in 2023, the number 2 overall ranking is more about how there's low inventory in the city and the velocity of the sale.
I want to go fast. Hey, get him a suit.
So what does all this mean for you? Well, if you're looking to sell this year, congratulations, you're in the driver's seat again. And now, because interest rates have come down from their highs of 8%, and the Fed has indicated that they may drop interest rates even lower, I'm anticipating that the spring and summer months here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky are going to be a bit of a madhouse. We still have low inventory in the city, and 2023 actually saw a lot of buyers sit on the sidelines as interest rates rose. But now those buyers realize that prices are still climbing, and with rates coming down a little bit, I expect there to be a lot of buyer demand in the market for 2024. So as a seller, I recommend you get with an agent now, start talking about the staging and the timing of selling your home, because seasonality does really matter here in Cincinnati. And if you present the home well and have a solid pricing and marketing strategy, it's a good bet that you're going to see multiple offers. You'll probably be under contract in that first weekend. Now, the big question for most sellers is, what do you do next? And that's something you need to work out with your realtor. So if you're buying new construction or transitioning to a different home, be sure you talk through with your agent how to negotiate terms in the deal to give you the time to close and go shopping for that new home. Okay, buyers, it's your turn. Let's talk strategies. Here we are again. It's the old low inventory and competitive real estate market. It's super fun, right?
Fun in the sun! Everybody in the pool!
Couple of rapid fire tips here if you are looking to buy a home this year and start building that equity. Now, we have had some homes in this last fall and winter sit on the market for a little bit longer. And if you see some of those on the market, you might still want to pounce on those before we get into the busier season. But heading into spring and summer of 2024, it is likely to be a dogfight again. If you're buying a resale home, again, work with your agent. You're going to need a competitive strategy. Here's a few rapid fire tips. Number 1, shop a bit below your top budget because you may have to offer over asking price. Number 2, get the best financing terms you can possibly get. For example, if you have to sell another home first, being contingent on that sale is going to make it very difficult for you to buy in a competitive market. Number 3, consider escalation clauses when you go to make an offer, which is kind of like a max bid feature. Says, yeah, I'll offer $300, but I'm willing to go to $325. So talk to your agent about how those work. And number 4, be flexible with the seller. Give them terms on occupancy, or maybe even limiting or even waiving your inspections. It's going to help you beat out some of that competition. I guess lastly, number 5, make sure you're working with a real estate agent who has experience and a track record of working in a highly competitive market. Now, buyers, if you don't want to go that route, one other thought, of course, is to consider new construction. And while the price tag might be a bit higher for a new construction home, consider a few items. Number 1, everything's new. You got a new roof, you've got a new furnace, you've got a new water heater, you've got a new windows, so you're not going to have any major expenses for quite some time. Number 2, you get to pick the layout and design scheme. So if you buy resale, you're likely going to be putting some money and some time into doing those repairs and updates to make the house the way you want it. Number 3, and this one really matters, there's probably going to be less stress with a new construction home. If the market this year does end up being a bit of a rock'em sock'em kind of year,
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
going with a new home allows you to not get into that street brawl with all the other buyers who are out there. Now, if you do want to go that new construction route, we work with a number of builders in the area. So whether that's Drees Homes or Fisher Homes, you guys can check out a lot of videos on our channel, or maybe you want to go the custom route, someone like $5 Construction or Justin Doyle, we can help you out. But please remember, if you do decide to go new construction, get with your agent first so that they can register you with that builder. Otherwise, you might miss out on that agent representation throughout your new build process, and that's all going to be paid for by the builder, so reach out to an agent first. Okay, we've talked sellers, we've talked buyers. Lastly, I want to talk to you investors. I invest here locally. I enjoy working with investors, and if you look at that top 10 list from Zillow, you'll notice there's a lot of Midwestern cities. So why is that? I would say that the prices are still relatively affordable in these Midwest towns like Cincinnati, Columbus, Indianapolis, and there's still one of the few places left in the country where you can actually get a deal that cash flows. Now, over the last few years, there's been a lot of institutional money that went towards buying up properties in those Sun Belt cities. Cincinnati hasn't been completely void of those larger investments, but we're just far enough north, kind of north of the Sun Belt, where we haven't been dominated by them either. With a forecast of being the number 2 hottest market for 2024, it might be a great place to think about investing. All right, guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Smash that subscribe button to join the Sztanyo clan. And if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Email us to get started at info@teamsztanyo.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.